Welcome back. In this video, we'll continue with the constraint layout and let's go to the design mode. Select any view. You can notice inside the attributes window, we have this layout and the constraint widget panel. We have two constraints and the margins. This is from the left, which is 36, and this is from top, which is 104. We have two constraints, start to parent and top to top of parent. These are the constraints. I can add another constraint by dragging and dropping either in the blueprint or in the layout here. You can notice that we added another constraint to this constraints list. When selecting a view, the attributes window includes controls for one, that it's marked as number 1, size ratio. Number 2, deleting constraints. So if you click number 2, you can delete the constraint. 3, height and width mode. In the next minute, we're going to learn about the height and width mode. 4, the margins, you specify the margins. And 5, the constraint bias. You can also highlight individual constraints in the layout editor by clicking on them in the 6 constraint list. We learned about this list. Now let's learn about the height and width mode. You can change the way the height and width are calculated by clicking the symbols indicating with 3 callouts. We have 3 symbols. Fixed, you specify a specific dimension in the text box below or by sizing the view in the editor. These arrows refers for the wrap content. The view expands only as much as needed to fit its contents. This zigzag match constraints. The view expands as much as possible to meet the constraints on each side after accounting for the view's margin. However, you can modify that behavior with the following attributes and values. Back to Android Studio, I'll set this and click on it from wrap content to fixed size. You can see the view changed. If I click again to match constraints, you can see that this text will fill the parent and the constraints. Also, you can specify margins, for example, 20. Click enter. You can see that this text view is 16 from the left, from right is 20. You can set it from the top as 20. Click enter, and the text view is going up and margined 20 dp. Also, when you create any new widget, for example, this button, I'll drag and drop it. You can infer the constraints with one click. Click infer constraints and it will match the current position you place it here with the other views automatically. Also, you can clear all constraints. You can specify the default margins. You can enable auto connection to parent. And here you can select the different modes, show all constraints, fade unselected views and others. Also, you can create guidelines. Guidelines are invisible layout lines that you can use to align and position views. They are especially useful for responsive designs as they help maintain consistency across different screen sizes and orientations. For example, I'll create a horizontal guideline here, and this is our guideline, and I'll make margin from top 376, and I'll remove the button constraints and drag and drop it to here. I can add constraints to this guideline like this 24. Also, I can add the horizontal and vertical constraints to the parent. But I added this vertical constraint to the guideline. This is our guideline. If we go to the XML code, you can see this is a guideline. Run the application and you can see that this button will stick to invisible guideline inside this layout. So guidelines are invisible layout lines that you can use to align and position views. This is the basic usage of constraint layout. In the next videos, we're going to build more complex layouts using the constraint layout.